Well, well, well. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, you know? Like, that's kind of, I don't know how you guys are, how you guys feeling on this Friday? How you guys feeling on this Friday morning? Absolute insanity last night. I mean, look, we don't like to get political on this channel, but let's dig in. Let's do about a half hour on this, okay? We don't like to get political, but holy shit. Yes, you do? What? I do not. When have I gotten political recently? You tell me. You tell me, Adam. You know what? Adam and I should do a radio show. You know what, Adam? You would be great. You know what? You would be a great if you ever watch Conan. Who's the guy that used to chill with Conan? And just either be on the couch saying like snarky shit, or he would. I think at one time he was like had a little podium too. He had a podium. What was the guy's name? I feel like Adam and I would have Andy. Yeah. Adam and I would be really good like that. So look, we actually have a bunch of stuff to get into, okay? I want to talk about Null, the Symbiote God. Yeah, man, I still want to talk about it. No Young Avengers movie. Maybe. Just a little something that John Roca and Jeff Snyder said on their stream yesterday that got me kind of excited. I want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con and Marvel Studios. This is their big chance, maybe their last chance. So we'll talk about that. I want to talk about the Abalo news, but I just gotta say, like, this has been a weird week in the way that look, you know, we had to talk about a bunch of stuff with Dr. Disrespect, which of course it got worse. You know, we talked about all the cringy Star Wars fans and their cringy attempts to, I don't know, pat themselves on the back or something. I don't know. It's so weird. And then, like, last night, there was a presidential debate again. Like, I don't like getting political, but, dude, I honestly don't know how you guys, if you guys watched it, if you guys were processing it or whatever. I couldn't look away. And it feels kind of like a watershed moment for a lot of people. Yeah, and it was just goddamn ridiculous, man. And it was super painful to watch. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop watching people react to it. And there's like this weird thing that happens where almost the more tragic and the more sad that like the real world becomes, the more entertaining Twitter becomes. And so a lot of the memes and a lot of the discussions last night and today via Twitter, my God, bro. My God. How many of you guys started pricing out plane tickets to other countries last night? Because holy shit. I mean, it honestly feels like elder abuse. It was gross. It was weird. And when I say watershed moment too, like part of me is thinking, you know, we've been told over and over again that like this guy's good, that it's being mischaracterized, that like things are chill. And then to have what happened yesterday, to have so many people calling for him to step down. It's like, well, wait a minute. So did that just happen yesterday? Like on the way to the stage, did he get a brain worm or something? Like what are we talking about here? What's the deal? And it feels like a watershed moment because a lot of people are starting to realize, like, oh my God, there's no way this dude has been actually running things, you know? Yeah, and look, we already knew that this was going to be a goddamn ridiculous year leading into the election. Like, no matter how you slice it, I think most reasonable people thought and believed and still believe that this, oh man, here we go again. Like, this shit's going to be so bad. And somehow it has morphed into something that will be even more bad and even more fucked up for us to all have to deal with over the next 5 months. And so, I don't know, man. Dude, I don't know. Like, there's just a lot of questions, and I don't think anybody should feel good about what happened last night. And it just feels like I think the most generous way you can say it is that it is pretty obvious that the bureaucracy is really what's running the country, and that the bureaucracy is resilient even if there's nobody at the wheel. But there's like a lot of disturbing questions that come from that, and I frankly think that's a lot of the sort of ineptitude of the government and of the country overall can be directly tied to that fact. So it's like super disturbing. I mean, again, look, I know it's basically all I want to say is that I thought it was frankly a historical moment, possibly a watershed moment, and I think that we can guarantee that the next 5 months might be the craziest fucking 5 months that we've ever had to endure as a country, at least in modern times. This is going to be fucking absurd, dude. Like, this is going to be crazy town USA. So buckle up, I guess. That's pretty much all I gotta say. But I was like, dude, I would feel so weird after literally not being able to sleep last night, and just like it really fucked with me, dude. And then to not at least address it here. Weird times. So yeah, we're all in this clown show together at this point. And yeah, I guess we'll just see how the next 5 months shake out. But I think we should all be embarrassed and ask a lot of questions, because that shit was fucking harrowing to go through. My God. Okay, on that note, shifting into more positive things, let me get the gambling going on for you guys, because we didn't have gambling last Friday. I forget why, actually. But let's get it going on. And also, like, how are you guys? Are you guys all right? Are you guys holding up out okay? Like, oh my God. How are you guys dealing? What the fuck is happening here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Bam. 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 Okay. Shouldn't be that hard to get in there to get some gambling going on, but alas, here we are. Here we are. Boom, gambling. And in fact, let me drop some nerd coin to you all. Drop a little bit of coinage. Boom. There you go. I just can't fucking believe it, dude. I'm sorry. I just can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe it. Maybe it's better that the chat is destroyed by everybody's gambling rolls. What a world. What a world. What a week. What a week to exist on the internet. Been fantastic. Give them the love. No. No, Justin. God damn it. Yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole, too. John says, so who they putting in now? Big Mike? Gavin Newsom? Yeah, I mean, I guess they have some picks and everything. Look, we'll see what happens. At this point, I don't know how they recover personally. I don't know, bro. Like, that's just fucking crazy. And I really think the question should go beyond that, you know? But, yeah. I guess, last night, one thing was super reaffirmed for me personally. Look, everybody has their own beliefs about, like, politics, governing, what their own responsibility is, etc. But for me, it was just really crystallized last night that you need to sort of isolate yourself as much as possible from that pick, like, being your lifeline. Like, if you think that one of those two guys is your way out, and I kind of was like, damn, dude, like, we really got to take care of our own shit, because we can't depend on any of that. Whatever that is, that whole machine, that whole dog and pony show is sad. So as much as you can, you got to isolate, and you got to just be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and your destiny is mostly in your hands. We do have a pretty fucked up system with some shit that puts certain people and a lot of people in a disadvantaged state. But as much as you can, you like, what if instead of a president this time, we just, like, America decided to be single for just a little bit? Like, what if America just decided, like, I mean, because, like, let's be honest, the shit's on autopilot right now. So what if instead of having a president, we just, like, took a 4-year break from that? You know what I mean? Like, no debates, no stupid State of the Unions, none of that. Like, let's just, like, live our lives. Like, get the economy back. Like, oh my God, bro. It's fucking depressing. Mr. Lucky says, 17 months being a nerd venger. Keep up the amazing streams, Josh. Nerd Vengers for life. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Much love, man. Cav says, FEIGE for president. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. John Van Gelderan Jr. says, never thought I'd see two candidates argue about golf for 60 seconds. Yeah, those are some of my favorite memes. Was like, these motherfuckers are really arguing about golf right now. Like, that's where we're at, bro. Like, that's the... Goddamn, dude. Goddamn. Rashi says, damn it, dude. I was going to check out on Star Wars. They needed a post about Dave actually going to bring in the mother. I stand with Dave, Nerd Vengers for life. Yeah, we're going to get into that. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I'm excited about Abalo and Ahsoka Season 2 and everything like that. It's just, like, weird and kind of a shame that it's happening while Accolade is still going on. And, brother, the damage... There's been a lot of damage done. We're going to talk about Abalo. I'm excited about Abalo. I need Abalo to happen and to be executed well. And I think it's something really fucking cool. It's something fresh that could add a new element to Star Wars and the myth. But it's... Look, it can't... I don't know. You can't, like, pull that out amidst all the other stuff that's going on. It's, like, bad news for Star Wars. But yeah, that is cool. And we're going to get into it. And if it's as cool as I think it could be, that's kind of the direction that I think Star Wars should lean into. But Chris Listenfeld says Josh should run on the UNITA party ticket. Yeah. You know what? Like, I'm just gonna say it, bro. I think the AI should run the government. And what I mean is not that the AI should run our lives. I am a believer that like government should be out of our lives as much as possible. And I think AI should just run the government, and we should be left mostly to our own devices unless there's something we're doing that is like disrupting the ability for other people to like dude, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Come on, man. That's pretty fucking simple. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And like, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole on this whole situation, but like, you know, the state of the country and the state of the culture is so bad, and a lot of that has to do with like my honest opinion here, and this is why I think that the debate last night was so shocking for me personally, right? Is Biden is not leading the country. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that that dude is cognitively approaching the most important job on the planet, right? So what that implies is that it's mostly run on bureaucracy, or like autopilot bureaucracy. And the truth is, in that situation, what you have is a lot of self-interested parties that are just taking their piece out of the system. And so I think the reality is you have a government and a culture in which, you know, you could say we've allowed, or you could say other people duped us, and like whatever, the end result's the same. You have a lot of interested parties or special interest groups or whatever you want to call them that are just taking pieces out of the pie as the American empire falls apart. And most of us normal folk are completely left behind. Right? So in that sense, it's almost the same thing of like the cashier at the car rental place that's not good at their job, right? And on the one level, you can have a lot of empathy for that person because they're probably a wage slave. They probably don't have good health care. They probably don't drink the best water. They don't breathe the cleanest air. There's a lot of empathy you could have for that person, but ultimately, I still need that job to be done better. And so I would prefer a robot. So that's kind of like where I'm at with government, is like I'm pretty close to just signing up to let our robot overlords just run the show, because it frankly cannot be worse than what is happening right now. Like, this is absurd, dude. Tim O'Brien, thanks for the gifted. Maverick Pilgrim says, boom, gambling is the next Den of Nerd t-shirt. I don't know if I want to do the boom thing. You know, there was some stuff that came out over the... I don't know if I'm comfortable saying boom anymore. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying I'm gripping it, you know, right now. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying I feel like shooting another one off right now. There's a lot of stuff that I'm suddenly uncomfortable saying. After this week. Okay, moving right along. Tim Davis says America needs to date itself to figure itself out for a little bit. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like we need to figure our shit out. We need to just keep everything on autopilot, and we just need to chill. And probably like a lot of therapy. My God. Comics and Cosmetics says it's all about the blankization at this point. We're grown. Let's just be an Antichrist collective. I'm not even sure what you're saying there, but it made more sense than Joe Biden last night, so I appreciate that. Vandolph says Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, 2024, just stunts and speeches. Yeah, no, there you go. I'm not against that. The Exorcist says, you want Skynet, Josh? That's how you get Skynet. You know, given a lot of the choices out there right now, yeah, no, I'm gonna vote Skynet in 2024. Mav says, those of us that have been saying this president doesn't make any decisions, been pooped on for decades, been like this since JFK was ended. Yeah, I mean, there's deep-seated capture of these systems by powerful and interested parties. Whether, I mean, and that's what people call the deep state, but it's also like totally fucking true. And again, I think last night sort of peels back the layers of that, and if you really just think critically about it, it's like, damn, well, if that dude's not running shit, then who is? You know? And I still think there's a lot of like, look, just like everything else we've talked about this week, like, I've tried to sort of navigate the space with my own personal feelings, and there's just so many outlandish voices and outlandish opinions that chime in on these arguments that it just makes me wish that I'd kept my mouth shut, frankly. And I get everybody has, like, their own little, you know, opinion, perspective, and belief system about what the real problem is. It's just, I guess I just think there's no way you can't look at what's currently going on and just be like, damn, that shit is fucking sad, dude. Like, that is sad. And I'm being, like, I don't know what the fucking answer is. I mean, like, my personal answer is just to accumulate as much personal control of my life as I possibly can. To, like, just not be dependent on any of this kind of stuff and just kind of separate myself from it. I know that's not an option for everybody, but that is just kind of strongly how I feel, is like, all that shit's bullshit. And I just feel like it was like a Wizard of Oz kind of a moment last night. And I think, bro, like, it just felt fucking weird. Like, it felt weird to me. So, yeah. Tiberius Monk with a 10 spot says, just here to show some love to Josh and the Den of Nerds. I agree with you, Josh. Only thing is, I want an AI voiced by Bender to run the country. The debate proves idiocracy is real. Nerd Avengers for life. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, it kind of does. A voice like Bender? Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. Remember, I don't like to talk politics. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't like to talk politics. But I just felt like it would be disingenuous to ignore what, for me personally, was a huge, like, what the fuck? And also, I think for many, many people, you know what I mean? So, you know, like, I'm sure there's a little bit of, like, shut up and dribble energy out there, right? With people saying, like, talk Abaloth or talk this, that, second, and the third. But I'm a human being, too. I'm a human being. I'm a member of this country. I got a family. I've got fucking kids, dude. So forgive me for feeling like this is bullshit. What the fuck? And wanting to talk about it just a little bit. You know what I mean? If you could just forgive me just a little bit for being slightly human and being affected by something that I consider to be well, a little bit more important than Abaloth being in season 2 of Ahsoka, if I'm being fucking honest with y'all. Don't worry, I'll shut up and dribble in just a little bit. But this shit's absurd. Anyway, Josh wants Midas for president, and I'm loving General Xander. I wish I could comment more on that, but I don't want to give any spoilers away. Perfect year. Yeah. It's literally how liberty dies. Yeah. What absurd is that Coke can just lie there on the ground? Yeah, I cleaned up in here a little bit yesterday. I know there's a Coke lying over there, but I did. I cleaned up in here. I swept. I tried to get the vibes in here, right? You know, the energy, the feng shui, if you will. But yeah, there's a little Coke back there. You know what I should do? I should go get that sword and slice into that fucking Coke. Maybe I will a little bit later. Maybe I will. Callisto says there's nothing like a third act problem to tell you there's a first act problem. Yeah, true. I hope last night was a wake-up call that they need to change directions now, not next term or next term. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. There's some aspects of it that give me a little bit of hope. There's some voices that are being a little bit more reasonable than I thought. And I guess we'll just go from there. I mean, look, either way, we're going to find out. We're going to go through the next 5 months together. And it's going to be bananas, dude. Like, I can't imagine smooth sailing from here. Something truly unprecedented has happened. We've witnessed history. I mean, has this shit ever happened, bro? Like, has this shit ever happened before? Yeah. There's something in my beard, somebody said? I don't think so. I think there's something in your beard. That's what I think. Hawk 2 2024. Make America spit on that thing. God damn it. John Cross, it's my favorite time of the month to annoy the Nerd Avengers and ask that we break down the UFC 303 card. That's a great pivot. That's a fantastic pivot. Let me get it pulled up. Thank God there's an incredible UFC. And also, can I just tell you guys, can we talk a little bit about Magic and Yuri and Alex? This will be fun. And I saw Dana White answer a question about this, and it's maybe one of my favorite answers I've ever seen him give. But let me briefly explain to you what's going on. Yeah, talk about the Magic? Hell yeah, bro. I'm going to talk all about it. Okay. So, we're getting a rematch this weekend of an incredible fight that happened a couple of months ago between two of my favorite fighters, Alex Pereira and Yuri Popovich. I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name, okay? So it came out this week because the fight's tomorrow, right? So they do a lot of press, a lot of lead up to the fight over the week. And it came out this week that Yuri, who's like a wild dude, like this dude's crazy, man. But he came out and said that he believes Alex, his opponent, is using shamantic magic and spirit worship in order to win fights. Okay? And he said this shit, and I was like, bro, like, I loved it. Like, I can't help it. Like, look, did Terrence Howard make any sense on that Joe Rogan podcast? Absolutely not. Was I fascinated by it nonetheless, and was I applauding it on? Absolutely. Let's get weird with it. You know what I mean? Like, let's get weird with it. Maybe Biden should have cast some shamantic magic last night. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my thing. It's like, at this point with a lot of this shit, I'm just trying to have fun. So here he says, Alex is casting magic, essentially, right? And he says, I challenge him to fight this weekend without casting his magic and without using his spirits. Okay? And do you know what Alex said when confronted about this? He literally said something to the effect of, everybody has their spirits, and if he doesn't have spirits or if he doesn't believe, that's his problem. I'm sorry, what now? So a couple of things going on here. Okay. Number one, Yuri was fucking right. Wait a minute. What? So what? Okay. So hold up. So Yuri was right that Alex is using shamantic magic and spirits and shit. First question. How did he know? Okay. Because I got to tell you, sometimes I walk into a room and I'll have a thought of like, you know what? I bet that chick has crystals and stuff. Or like, I bet that dude's into like weird, you know what I mean? Like you'll pick up on a vibe, right? But like for Yuri to come out and basically say, oh, everybody knows what he's doing. He's casting shamantic magic and worshiping with spirits, and everybody can feel it around him. And then for him to admit it, that implies that there's some kind of thing that is happening that Yuri was able to pick up on. So now I'm really lost. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm really down the rabbit hole. Because not only did he not deny it, he was like, nah, like, if he doesn't have his spirits and shit, like, you know, that's on him. Okay. So then then, like, I saw that, let me see if I can pull up this interview, because this is fantastic stuff. Let me see if I can find this. So, Dana was asked about this, right? When it comes to Yuri, and let me see if I can find this. This was incredible, dude. Because basically Dana says, like, kind of what I said. He's like, I love that shit. And apparently Yuri went into a shed. He's got this little shed on his property. And he went into this shed for 3 days without food and water. So he goes into this shed and he fasts and he just meditates. And he's just like in like his own spirit realm of sorts, right? So apparently this dude is in his shed. No light, no food, no nothing. He's just literally, which sometimes I wish I had. You know what I mean? Like, I love y'all, and I love, like, chatting and, like, being plugged in the internet. It's great and everything, but occasionally I want to go sit in a shed for 3 days alone. So Yuri's in the shed. His manager finds out about the fight and ends up, like, knocking on the door of the shed and telling Yuri, hey, they want you to fight Alex again. And Yuri says something to the effect of, if that's what the universe wants. So basically, guys, we've got a dude who lives in Sweden, but lives a samurai life, spends 3 days alone in the dark in a shed to try to talk to the universe. And he figured out that his opponent is using shamanic magic before their fights. And he challenged him to fight without his magic. The other dude said, if you don't have your magic, it's not my fault. And so now Yuri thinks he's going to have to go fight a wizard as a samurai in the octagon. This is incredible. This is unfucking believable. This is the best thing that could have happened to this fight. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because now the question is, will Yuri be able to overcome the magic? Okay, let's talk about it. If you don't know who I'm talking about, too, like, let me just help you guys out if you're not, like, super in the know. Okay, so the guy on the left here, this is the shaman wizard, you know, spirit wizard power guy. The guy on the right, that's the Swedish samurai, spend 3 days alone talking to the universe guy. So, just so you guys know. All right, let's get into the prelims. I'm going to make some picks. I don't really know these two guys. I'm going to go with the American. I don't really know these two guys either. I'm going to go with the American. I don't know these two guys either. Slovakia is pretty close to Poland, but I'm still going to go with the American here. Let's see. These two ladies. Oh, it's an American versus a Canadian? Psh, American. Easy. Okay, regular prelims. Dude, Peyton, I've heard about this guy, man. I'm actually excited to see this guy perform. Apparently, he's really fucking good here. Look at that. Minus 1,600. This dude's going to annihilate him. So we'll go with the American there. Charles versus Gene Silva. Pretty even fight here. I'll go with the Brazilian. Oh, man, it's an American versus an American? What do I do? Both have pretty cool tattoos, too. I'm going to go with Andre on that one. Got to go with Joe Pfeiffer. I love Joe Pfeiffer. Philly guy. Hits super hard. And he's also fighting a Canadian, so no thank you. We'll go with Pfeiffer on that one. Oh my God, Michael Page, please get it done. Please stop the Ian Gary show. I can't handle it anymore. Super cringe. With these two ladies here, I'll go with Macy. I'm going to go with the American. Anthony Smith versus Roman Delides from Georgia. I got to go with Anthony Smith. Not just because he's American, but he is American. Got to go with Brian Ortega. Diego Lopez is awesome. He's an incredible fighter. This should be a great fight. But I am going to go with Brian Ortega on this one. And then I want the Swedish Samurai to overcome the Brazilian Wizard and Shaman. So I'm hoping that Yuri can defeat the Magic and defeat Alex. And so my pick is Yuri. Yeah. So, there we go. Okay. And we're going to get into some other stuff here in a second. Look up the guy from this season Ultimate Fighter. The guy feels like ancient spirits in him too. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that's certainly something that is a part of a lot of these other people's belief systems. I mean, this has been a cultural thing too. A lot of cultures sort of apply this metaphysical aspect to being a warrior or being a soldier. So, yeah. Rossi says, this is the most Josh MMA story I've ever heard of. Yeah, it is pretty cool. And I am pretty excited about it, for sure. Todd Hirschman, welcome, baby. Welcome to the Nerd Avengers at the prime level. Appreciate you. So is Yuri scared of the shamanic threads? I mean, he might be. Lady Boner says, so Skynet is taking over and Mortal Kombat is coming to TV. Nice. Yeah, no, that's yeah, no, totally. Jesse Price says, hey Josh, what's your problem with Canada? Oh man, appreciate the question. Number one, they still have the Royals on their money. Like, what's up with that? So that's number one. Number two, I don't like their attitude. Okay? I don't like how they think they're so nice and they think they're so much nicer than Americans and stuff like that. So I don't like the attitude. Yeah, I guess that's, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, I just think they're not as cool as us. Not quite as lame as the British, but still fucking lame. And you know what? I think the reason I really appreciate this question is that, the debate kind of got me down, and kind of got me thinking, like, should I just fucking go live in Canada or, somewhere else? But you know what? You've reignited my patriotism through my hating of the Brits and the Canadians. So I just want to say I thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And yeah, they're no good. John Cross says, Den of Spirits also did Sushi claim his gift card? No, he did not. So we can do another gift card drawing either later today or maybe we'll do it on Monday. I don't know. I guess we should do it today because we got another one coming up, huh? My God. Monday's the 1st? Oh my God. Where did this month go? Holy shit. Do it today. Do it now. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to get into some topics, but I will do it later today. Okay? So if you don't know what we're talking about, we give a $200 GameStop gift card each and every month to a lucky member. You can become a member here on YouTube. You can be a member on Twitch. You can actually be a member on both and get 2 entries to win the $200 GameStop gift card. You could technically become a member right now and be eligible and win the GameStop gift card later today. And everyone will be really mad at you. I will kind of think it's funny, but everyone will be really mad at you. Oh no, Tanimal, no! 6'8" gamer is a 69 god. Tried to headshot in COD, but is probably a minor. All right, well, you know, you started out really strong. I don't understand the second part, but yeah, no, it's fucking. It's been a week, you know. It's been a week for me. Mr. Iceberg says, love being a nerd Avenger officially. As a Canadian, I appreciate the hate, and I'm sorry for you. LOL. Nerd Avengers for life. Unity! Yeah, no, I mean, that's the other thing that and no offense here, Mr. Iceberg, because I appreciate the support, and those are kind words. But that even irritates me. You know what I mean? Like, that the way that Canadians take the disrespect, you know, that I don't like that either. You know? Golly, man. America's the only place I want to live, even if our president is senile. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I guess. Jesse Price says, I'm Canadian. I agree and disagree with you. See, that's a very Canadian answer, bro. That is a very Canadian answer. I disagree, but also agree with you. That is maybe the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. And I don't like it. And I don't like it. Okay, let's talk about Null, the Symbiote God. Do you guys know about Null, the Symbiote God? Just let me know. We've been talking about this past couple of weeks here. A little bit here, a little bit there. But I wanted to bring it up again because another insider, another one, has come forward to talk about Null in the Venomverse and Null either being in or being mentioned in Venom 3, Venom The Last Dance. This will be Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus. Now, let me just timeline this for you because it's interesting and I also want to talk about it. So, we have the Venom 3 trailer. Venom The Last Dance. I actually thought the trailer was cool. There's some stuff in there that seems like your regularly scheduled Sony stupidity. But there was a lot of interesting stuff, and I was like, dang, that's actually kind of fun. I'm excited to see that movie. Now, when the trailer first dropped, there was like a weird amount of people talking about Null. Okay? There were, I saw Ryan Stegman, who's one of the artists that kind of created Null with Donny Cates, and he was like, I think that's Null in the trailer, and I was like, what? And yeah, a lot of other people too. And then if you guys recall, if you were here, there were, some weird people that got into our chat on the live stream. Okay? And they literally came in here and they were saying, what were they saying, guys? Like, enter Null is what it was. And it was so weird. They all kept saying, enter Null. And I was like, that's weird. What's going on with that? A bunch of people spamming that. I've never seen these people before. And they're in here spamming enter Null. What the hell is going on? Okay, so I started to think about it, and I went back into the trailer, and I was like, okay, I can at least now see why people believe that Null's in the trailer. It mostly has to do with the fact that there's a part in the trailer where Venom says, my home world, they found us, okay? And that implies that, like, they were looking for him, and like, Null would potentially be in charge of Clintar, because Clintar, for the longest time in Marvel Comics, Clintar was the name of the symbiote planet, okay? You later come to find that Clintar, the word, means cage, and that Null, this ancient creator of the symbiotes, this, like, super powerful, like, dark force, shamantic type character, had been imprisoned on Clintar, the cage, the symbiotes. They'd encased him. He was in a cage, right? So he breaks out, takes a lot of control of the symbiotes, and goes out and does a bunch of bad stuff in the comics. The other thing that's interesting is in the trailer, you can actually see that there are these like monsters. They don't look like symbiotes. They look like monsters. You know, some of them have tentacles, spikes, you know, fangs and stuff like that. And Null in comics has used those kind of creatures before. Null would make like symbiote dragons and stuff like that. But he also had these just straight up monsters. These just like monstrous versions of symbiotes that would work for Null. So I was like, okay, I could see how people believe that Null is in the trailer. Now, about a week later, My Time to Shine came forward and said, Null will not be in Venom 3, but that's because Sony is saving him for a big Sony crossover event. Okay? And I was like, yo, that's wild. Number one, it's like, okay, that's a little bit of a bummer that he's not in the movie, you know, whatever. But Null being saved for a crossover event, that's cool. Now, of course, there's a big glaring caveat here, a big old asterisk that we got to put on this thing. And that is that Sony gonna Sony, you know? And so it's kind of hard to get excited about Null the Symbiote God when you realize that, like, well, this is the same company that gave us, like, Madam Web and Morbius and Venom and, like, all this stuff. So it's like, it's you kind of have to, like, ignore that to get excited about it, right? You gotta, like, kind of do a brain pretzel, right? But at the same time, there's always the possibility that Sony gets better people in there or that they change what they're doing, which I kind of think they are. I think they have, especially after Madam Web, which was like, I mean, it was hilarious how unsuccessful and poorly performing that movie was. Like, it was like a cows come home kind of moment, right? And I think especially in the wake of Madam Web, the studio has to realize that they need to change. They can't just keep making the movies they were making. They need like a tangible shift, and they need to do something differently. You also have the shows that are going on Amazon, and I'm quite keen on those shows. It's all starting with Nick Cage as Spider-Man Noir, which is apparently going to be filming really soon, right? But I say all that to say, I like the idea of Null as the villain of a crossover movie. I'm like, dude, that's kind of lit, but they would need to like get other people in there or have Feige, you know, help them or something for me to have the faith that they would do it properly. But I'm still going to hold out hope just because like I really like Null, right? Well, fast forward to yesterday where Alex Perez in the Cosmic Series, I believe this was on a Discord Q&A, Alex says Null will either be in or will be mentioned in Venom: The Last Dance. Okay? Now, what that implies is that something is going to happen in that movie that will set Null up a little bit in the way that Thanos was set up in the first Avengers movie. In the first Avengers movie, obviously the villain was Loki. But Loki had the scepter put into his hands by Thanos. And so as the story goes, I believe at the end of Thor 2, when Loki is lost in space-time after falling off of the Rainbow Bridge, it just happens to be the case that Thanos finds him, teaches him some mysteries about the universe, gives him the scepter, and sends him on a mission to earn favor with Thanos and conquer Earth. Okay? So I think it's possible that if Null is either just seen or mentioned, it might be like a Thanos type of thing, where like at the end of Venom 3, you get like a shot of Null or something, or somebody's talking to Null and whatnot, and then you're like, oh shit, like that's the big thing. And this also ties into a lot of rumors and reports that we had about the fact that Sony wants to use the symbiotes as the way to build their own multiversal thing, right? Maybe once upon a time it was going to be Spider-Man 2099, relation with Kang, something like that. Now they appear to be leaning heavily into the symbiote, okay? And so, look, sort of a mixed bag, as it always is when you talk about something that Sony's doing. But I will say, I've thought for years Null is the perfect solution to a lot of the problems they have over there. Null is a fantastic character, really interesting, uniquely linked to Eddie Brock and Venom, time, space, the web of life, like all these different really interesting things. So there is a true well from which Sony can pull from and actually adapt and develop some things in a really good way. I guess the last thing I'll say about it is I am interested, and there's something I've kind of been researching in the background, and that is Kevin Feige's influence on Marvel Comics. And just this week, we had another article come out via Popverse, which was, I think they were Read Pop, or maybe they're still Read Pop. They put on a lot of conventions. They had a website on there, or they had an article on their website, which outlined a kind of secret meeting that recently happened between the publisher of Marvel Comics, which is Dan Buckley, not the editor-in-chief. And that guy, Dan Buckley, was talking to retailers about how Kevin Feige was making changes to Marvel Comics and also to Marvel content in order to get more Marvel television and movie fans into the comic shop. So we've been talking about this kind of in the background for a while now, but that's a real thing. Now, the reason I bring that up is he doing this with Venom at all? Because this is a different strategy than what Marvel did during the X-Men, when Fox had the X-Men. When Fox had the X-Men and they were making all their movies, Marvel stopped doing licensing for the X-Men. Marvel stopped doing great stories with the X-Men. Marvel killed off a lot of prominent X-Men within the comics. And this was kind of like done intentionally because Marvel Entertainment, or I guess Marvel Comics, didn't want to support or use their comics platform, shows, whatever, licensing to help Fox in any way, shape, or form, right? But what's happening with Venom and what's happening with Null in the last couple of years, and they're literally building Venom Wars right now, which I think is going to be this big sort of comeback event for Donny Cates. I think Stegman's doing it as well. And it's going to be like a huge Marvel event, which is going to deal with Null directly and a lot of the crazy stuff that's been happening in the Venom books. It's a lot of fun stuff. The question is this being done in tandem with potential Sony plans, right? Like, it would be interesting if Kevin went to Sony and basically, because we know they've been negotiating, debating, the Tom Holland Spider-Man thing is a whole point of contention between the two studios. Also, there's been debate whether or not, certain other Spider-Man should be more in the MCU. Sony wants to do their own multiversal stuff with the Spider-Boys. Feige just wants them to be in Secret Wars, that kind of stuff. I wonder if any of this got to a point where Kevin sat down people at Sony and said, we've been developing stuff with Null in comics for the last 5 years that I think would be really brilliant for you guys to adapt. And if that is the way this is going, I would feel good about it. I'd be like, damn, that's cool. And it would be a totally different situation than what was happening with the Fox X-Men. This would be essentially Marvel kind of helping Sony by developing dope shit within the Spider-Man or Venom comic book line that, due to the licensing, becomes fertile ground for Sony to plant seeds in. Does anybody, you picking up what I'm setting down? There's the potential here for this to actually be really cool and really good, because a lot of that Venom stuff is really good, dude. Like, all the way from King in Black to Venom Wars, it's been fantastic stuff. Like, some of the most interesting, like, time, trippy, existential, like, some of my favorite shit, dude. So, just wanted to bring it up because, far from confirmed, but we do have more and more reliable people saying that Null and Sony, that's a big thing. I predict that we will be talking about Null and Sony a lot in the next couple of years. So I kind of want to just get ahead of it a little bit and just be like, yo, let's talk about this, and let's use the powers of being the super giant big nerd in order to give us some potential speculation on where this is going and why I think it'll work. So I gotta do it. I gotta talk about Null, baby. So what do you think? What do you think, chat? The power of many? No. God damn it. My clones saga. Adam says Sony and Marvel working together equal fans win. Yeah, I mean, they have to be able to work together because we want some Sony stuff in the MCU. I think that's proven to be a good arrangement for both studios. But also from Marvel's perspective, like, there has to be a way to get Sony a little bit more on track, because Sony becomes a liability for Marvel overall if they just blindly go forward and don't understand why their current suite of content is not working. You know what I'm saying? So that relationship needs to be repaired, and what's best for fans is that they are working together. 100%. 100%. They fly Null? God damn it. Nobody cares? No! It can't be! Chat, you guys don't know how dope Null is? Do we need to go watch a bunch of Null videos? Is this now a Null stream? You guys know how cool Null is, right? Josh, do you use magic before you play video games so you can win? No, but I might start. Like, the next time that I play Warhammer, I might say a little, like, prayer to the God Emperor of mankind. You know what I mean? And just hope that, you know, I'm in his graces and that he'll protect me from bad rolls and foolish decisions on the battlefield. Have you seen him win a game? Wait, what the fuck? Hey, also, Ryan, did you get into that, what's it called? Supervive or whatever? I think you probably sent me a message, and I probably looked at it and said, I gotta get back to this motherfucker, and then never got back to you. So my bad. But did you get into that game? Oh, that's cool. Was it fun? It looked cool, dude. It looked fun. Yeah. Null is so dope. I bought all the King in Black variants, still in debt from that. Well, I'm sorry that you're in debt, but hell yeah, Null's awesome, man. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. God damn it, chat. Leon says, no. Wait, who is Null? Lady Boner! Are you serious? Are you serious? I've done videos about it. I've done streams about it. We talked about Null. What's going on here? Why is Null? God damn it. Haven't tried it yet. Hopefully tonight. Okay, cool. Let me know how it is, man. It looks cool. Looks fun. And I also didn't sign up for the Marvel Rivals beta yet. I missed your super chat. My bad. Let me catch up on that. Oh, and I also missed Mike gifted 5 memberships. My man. Taylor White says, I'm Canadian and now American. I'm pretty mean. LOL. We a country of fence sitters. So what are you saying? That I should like Canada because I'm also a fence sitter? I don't know what you're getting at, bro. Brynamic says, Josh, buy me Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket. Okay, I will. You just gotta send me like a couple $100 for shipping, and I'll get it right out to you. Sean V, welcome to the Nerd Avengers, baby. If I don't get in this time for Marvel Rivals, I'm gonna lose it. ¿Dónde es no? Dios mío. George says, halfway to the Diamond Lounge, baby. Getting FOMO. I do think Sony gonna Sony. They don't have a strong enough foundation for a big crossover to be hyped. Yeah, that's fair. But also, like, they at least picked the right guy for it. Like, I just got to give them credit for that. Because, like, I thought maybe they were going to have all the Sinister Six fight against a 10-year-old Peter Parker or some shit. Like, that's how bad I thought it was getting. So it's I at least got to give him credit for that, right? Vault Tech Spy says, Nerd Avengers for life, 13 months, let's go. Hell yeah. Oh, okay, here's Vandolph says, Sem by Oat. Say it right. Doctor Who rules. God damn it. My symbiote. My symbiote. You don't say that. Tim Davis says, nobody knows. Oh, yeah, we already went over that one. August deep dive on Null. Ooh, that could be fun. We could get a little deep dive on Null. That'll be fun. That could be good. Michael Phantom says, even with Marvel's help, Gore was an amazing character in the comics. Then Thor 4 happened. I don't think Venom 3 or Kraven make enough moolah to parent another. Yeah, it could be. And you're right. I mean, dude, what they did to Gore the God Butcher was insanely disappointing. It was so bad. One has to hope, though, that, you know, that kind of shit's behind us. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. We don't talk about Thor 4 here. Yeah, unfortunately. That shit sucked, bro. Okay. I wanted to just give a little update on something, guys. And I wanted to talk about the Young Avengers project because I think it's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. And I kind of can't believe that Marvel Studios would actually go ahead with it. Okay? So I've thought that for some time now. Definitely after the Marvels, I was like, bro, there's no way they're going to touch Young Avengers. That is crazy. That's crazy. Okay? So, unfortunately, a lot of the scoopers and insiders have been suggesting that it's still going to happen. And also, as sort of an aside to this story, one of the reasons I'm so excited about San Diego Comic-Con is I still believe a lot of the insiders and scoopers are not actually getting the full picture of what changes Marvel has made. And so I actually believe that after that weekend, we'll have a pretty clear idea. I just think it's a little bit of bias, right? So some of these people just can't accept a world in which Kevin says, I'm not going to do fucking Young Avengers anymore. Nobody likes these characters, right? And I'm just telling you, like, I strongly feel that there have been a lot of signals from not just Feige, but from Bob Iger and just in general, people saying, bro, we're not going to do the Young Avengers. Like, that's crazy. Okay, so why am I bringing this up? Well, yesterday, on the Hot Mic podcast with John Roca and Jeff Snyder, there was a small little moment which potentially could be pretty revealing, in which Roca said he didn't believe Feige was going to touch Young Avengers. And Jeff did this thing, which sometimes he will do, where he got kind of super quiet and just kind of nodded along, far from a hard confirm. And even Roca, it's not like Roca's like coming out and saying, like, I know this is the way it is. This is the scoop. This is what's happening. But my perception of the comment was that it felt like they know something and maybe just don't want to kind of come right out and say it. But I'm personally looking for some signs of life over at Marvel Studios and some stuff that, like, will make me feel more confident as a fan. And I'm super frustrated and irritated that a lot of the projects that come from the Phase 4 mentality are still being produced, still being, you know, edited and released or whatever, right? And so maybe it feels a little toxic that I'll be like, yo, I actually will celebrate if Marvel comes out and says they're not doing Young Avengers, but it's also facts. Like, I will celebrate it and I'll be happy because I'll feel like, oh shit, like, cooler heads are prevailing. They're righting the ship. The leadership actually understands. They're no longer going to cater to a group of people that didn't even support the movie that was made for them in the Marvels, I will just feel like the leadership is more sensible if that project is actually canceled. So I'm sitting here and I'm telling you that some insiders have, let's just say, I guess the way to say it is hinted, teased, implied that Young Avengers is going away. And please, 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 please let that be the case. Please let it go away. No fucking way. Don't do it. God damn it. No. I just kind of want to, I just want to bring that up. I'm just saying it like that. I don't know how y'all feel. Dr. Josh Respect with the Young Avengers. I don't know what that means, but yeah, no, I'm fucking over it, bro. Get them the fuck out of here. I don't want none of that shit. So I guess we're going to find out soon, but I just wanted to bring it up because any little morsel of information that I can find out there that is supporting that they're like taking this shit seriously, I'm down because please God, no, don't do it. No. Okay, it was good. That was nice. It was nice to get that off my chest. Josh said Feige won't touch Young Avengers and set us on a wop, 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 wop. Yeah, I thought about it. In that moment, when I paused, I was thinking, do I say no Diddy? But then if I say no Diddy, I'll have to say no Doc. And I was just like, God damn it, how did we get here? Yeah. How did we get here? I thought about this week, guys. I'm gonna tell you this. This week has been so fucking crazy. I thought about doing an emergency Diamond Lounge stream because I think there's a couple of questions about Doc that we could get into, especially with the most recent updates. The Republic is being run by committee. That's kind of interesting. Star Wars cringe from the fans reaching an all new high. Like, it literally feels like the simulation's got to be so close to breaking. That's what it feels like to me. I'm not going to promise anything because the other side, like, dude, I'm dealing with a lot at home. Like, not like anything bad, but just like regular ass family stuff. I'm trying to get a lot of writing and comic book work done. Like, bro, like I'm busy. But I'll tell you, holy shit, what a week, man. Because there's stuff that like I want to say that I can't say publicly. I cannot say this live, Like, what the fuck? So I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll post about it on the Discord. I'm not going to promise anything, though. But holy shit, what a week, dude. What a week. Invincitron says, Josh, you looking beautiful today. Thank you. Have you seen Kinda Culty's vid on Thunderbolts and Dark Avengers? Do you think they'll do Dark Avengers? Hope you and the fam are well. Also, I'm high AF. Let's go from the back of your message to the front. No Diddy, no Doc. I'm also high AF. Brother, the memes last night from Biden, some of my favorite ones were like when the edible kicks in or when you're so high you get afraid for no reason, because that is like the expression that he had for a lot of the time. It wasn't even like the answers were terrible, and it was obvious that the brain's not working there, but for me personally, it was the looks, dude. It was the looks. Like, I couldn't fucking believe what I was watching. And then the side-by-side was absurd. The side-by-side was absurd. Holy shit. So that's the first thing. Do I think they will, or hope me and the fam are well? Yeah, we're well, man. We're just dealing. We're just dealing with this late-stage capitalism, empire falling apart, collapsing all around us. We're dealing. We're dealing. Do I think they're going to do Dark Avengers? I do think that Thunderbolts asterisk could become Dark Avengers, which would be really cool. I have a lot of questions about how that'll, be handled as far as with the other Avengers movies and stuff like that. I think they should have done Dark Avengers by now. I feel like it would have been kind of interesting to just like go into Dark Avengers while there's no official Avengers, and like Sam Wilson has his like secret Avengers, but then there's a public facing Dark Avengers team. I think that would have been really cool. And no, I have not watched Culty's video, but yeah, appreciate you, bro. Atoske says, everyone, Josh just promised a Diamond Lounge tonight. No, I didn't. Holy shit. Mfu says, I was bliss-hammered after the debate drinking game. Yeah, I can imagine, brother. I was trying to get bliss-hammered because of the debate, so I totally get it. I totally understand it. You just confirmed. Yeah, hard confirm there. Hard confirm there. Okay, let's get into this. I want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. Okay? I want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con. I want to talk about Marvel, and I want to talk about San Diego Comic-Con, okay? So, I did a video yesterday. You guys check it out. It's kind of a summary. We talked about it on stream. I believe on Monday, I did a prediction segment where I was talking about what to expect from San Diego Comic-Con, okay? Now, one of the first things we talked about during that segment was the fact that Marvel would be going to San Diego Comic-Con. But at the time on Monday, we didn't know for sure. And at the time on Monday, there was actual evidence and buzz from some of the scoopers and some of these people that Marvel was not going to go very hard at San Diego Comic-Con. Maybe not even be there at all. There was like buzz about D23 and stuff like that. And some of you in chat even asked me, do I think Kevin Feige is going to go to San Diego Comic-Con? And what I said then was, yeah, fuck yeah, I think he's going to go. Because I know Kevin Feige. I don't, know him personally, get him on the telly. But I've been covering this dude for 7+ years. So I know how this dude moves. I know how this dude thinks. And one thing that I've said repeatedly within the last couple of weeks is that Kevin Feige knows that Hall H at Comic-Con is like a mecca of sorts for nerds everywhere. And it is a staple of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how they build hype for the next couple of years and the next couple of projects, right? And I said, with things being what they are, which is not good, then I would find it crazy and counterintuitive and against everything I know about Kevin to think that they would not go to San Diego Comic-Con. That just doesn't make sense to me, considering where they are at, considering what this presentation does for them functionally as a studio. They're not only are they going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, but they're going to go hard. They're going to go hard. No Diddy, no Doc. So, much to my absolute glee, it was officially confirmed. I believe it was officially confirmed yesterday, although a lot of this shit is blending this week, right? But I believe this week they officially confirmed they will be going back to Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. It could have been in that podcast that we couldn't finish because I thought it was super cringe. And then it was revealed in the trades that they're going back to San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, so amazing. Thank God I was right again. But I suppose the question now becomes, and the thing that I'm interested in with Chad and with you guys and the community and everything is like, where are you guys at with this? What do you expect? And do you think it will do anything for you? Because I've seen, and this is to be expected, by the way, I've seen an attitude expressed by a lot of folks that this is maybe not going to be good enough, or like this is how do I say it? I've just seen a lot of people being like, I wish I could get excited, but the last couple of years, right? And I totally get it. I wonder where you guys are at with that. But I will tell you that I feel pretty strongly that Marvel is aware of this, that they understand that's where the fan base is at. They understand that a lot of people are feeling that way, and they are going to come to play, and they are really going to throw some super shocking stuff out there, which is meant to completely reinvigorate the vibes, the faith in the studio, and the excitement and the hype for the projects that are coming up. And so I wanted to talk about that, and I also am curious from your guys' perspective, what do you want to see? What do you think? Like, what would really do it for you? You know, I think a couple of days ago, maybe it was last week, I did a video talking about my top 5 favorite current Marvel rumors. It's a cool video, man. I think you guys should go check it out. We're trying again on videos. We're doing cool edits and shit like that, so you should go check it out. But also, these are 5 rumors that legitimately have me excited about what's going to be happening in the next couple of years. Rumors that, if true, for me personally, would bring me back to being as excited as I was in maybe 2019, 2018, because when we got done with Avengers Endgame, I kind of immediately thought Secret Wars was going to be where they went to next. And there were a lot of reasons why. There were a lot of sort of clues in the tea leaves, et cetera, that was where they were going. And so far, the multiverse saga has been mostly unfulfilled, and it hasn't quite delivered on the promise that I think, you know, Time Runs Out and some of these other multiversal stories did in the comics. And so I find myself at a spot where, like, I'm really, really excited. And I don't know if this is strictly true, but I will tell you that my feeling on this, right? My feeling on this is that this is maybe the most important presentation in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that this is so important to where Marvel goes from here and how many of their fans go along with them, that I'm expecting true fireworks, and I'm expecting some truly absurdly awesome shit to be announced at San Diego Comic-Con, because I feel like they know they need to match us or my personal expectations, and I think they need to turn heads. They need to get the people that have really checked out, that have really fatigued, they need to get those people to turn their head. And I think there are a lot of different projects that could do that. And I think Marvel and Feige is going to be throwing all of them out at the wall. So that's kind of my feelings and my perspective on it. But I would love to know, guys, like, what are the things that you want to see? Is there something that, if announced, would be like a fanboy dream? Is it a combination of things? Like, what are you looking for? And another question to add on to this is, what would be such a big deal that you would go tell your normie friends about it? Because I think, like, this is another good example. I think we have some fallen soldiers, so to speak, within the nerd community. And what I mean is, I had friends, personally, that I used to talk about Marvel with. They'd ask me about Marvel. We'd see the movies together. We'd talk about the shows. And some of my friends have fallen off of that. A lot of my friends, they're not engaged. They're not watching the shows. They're not keeping up with the movies. They're not keeping up with the news. Like, I'll go hang out with my buddies, and we'll, like, go play Warhammer and shit. And, like, some of my buddies will be like, I haven't been really watching your videos. I'm not really into Marvel, but, like, what's going on over there? Like, how's it doing? Blah, 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 right? We've had some fallen soldiers. So my question would be, what are some things that would be announced that you would go try to like get one of the fallen soldiers back, or go tell the homies like, bro, like, look, you want to know about this. That's what I want to know. What's that kind of stuff? Ruffalo Hulk movie. Ooh, that could be interesting. Eternals 2. Who are you? Who are you really? Young Avengers? What the fuck? Nova says Fanjecture. Yeah, Nova would be cool. Doctor Doom would be huge for me. X-Men would be huge for me. Hydra Cap. Ooh, that's a good one. That would be cool. Live action Jubilee would be cool. I mean, live action Jubilee would be cool, but live action Jubilee is not going to be something that I'm going to go tell the homies about. You know what I mean? How's the gym coming along, Josh? We've had a good week. We've been consistent in the gym this week. And I hit legs like twice. Because I'm getting those super skinny old man legs. And you know how when you're old man, your butt disappears? It kind of looks like frog legs. And your butt just like goes away. So, you know, we in there. We in there. Spider-Man 97. Ooh, that would be great. Hell yeah. Cosmic Ghost Rider. I mean, hot damn. Announcing who is confirmed to return in Avengers 5. That is potentially one. Especially if it's like RDJ, you know, Chris Evans, etc. Yeah. You need to focus on the core. How dare you? Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, that would be a cool one. If the trailer for Daredevil is like a 10 out of 10, that's going to be shared around quite a bit. Hell yeah. Nomad series would be a freak out. Yeah, absolutely. Midnight Suns with Jordan Peele. Whoo! That's a good one. That's hot, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That would be great. A comic book accurate Maximum Carnage movie. Other would be accurate KOTOR and KOTOR movie trilogy, says Angry Bucket. Appreciate the chat, but we're mostly talking about Marvel right now. They're not going to announce a Star Wars thing at the at San Diego Comic-Con. Agatha movie, god damn it. God damn it. No. Books of Doom. Oh, hell yeah. Books of Doom would be great. Did you see the news that Krennic is returning for Andor Season 2? Yeah, no, I saw it. Sentinels. Yeah, I mean, something X-Men would be fire, right? If they do something X-Men, I think that's a good way to do it. Alpha Flight, Go Canada. God damn it. Ryan Gosling, Ghost Rider, please. Hell yeah. AVX, dude. You're talking my language. That's one of the things that was in my video. Silver Surfer, not Silver Surf Her. That was pretty clever. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. For some of you guys, like, your ultimate wish is like Kevin Feige to come out and basically be like, look, you know, there was some bullshit in these last couple of years, and I'm sorry. I was listening to ESG and BlackRock, and I'm not going to do that anymore. And now it's all just everything with super high level of testosterone, bunch of fan service, huge boobs, man. We got Sydney Sweeney. Hell yeah. Like something like that. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. As I was kind of talking about that, a lot of that sounded pretty good to me, I'm going to be honest. But I think we probably won't exactly get that. But maybe like, you know, meet us somewhere halfway in the middle. This is kind of an ADD little side note here. There, some of the set photos from James Gunn's Superman, like, let me just show one that kind of gave me a certain thought here. Okay. This character here. Does anybody know who this character is in James Gunn's Superman? I don't know who she is, but I like that she's hot and like sexy and like hot. And oh, that's Cat Grant. Oh, great, cool. Yeah, no. So here's the thing. This is my thing. When I saw this, I was like, dude, you know what I hope happens with Gunn's Superman movie? At least one of the byproducts is I hope it forces Marvel to like allow their female characters to be sexy again. And we could go down a whole rabbit hole where, like, I don't know what they were thinking with Captain Marvel. You know, what the fuck? it's crazy because Brie is an attractive lady, but they just like put her in trash bags and just made her seem stiff as a board and all that, right? My point is, like, I'd like to believe we're getting past some of the bullshit, because this lady's hot, and I think we need more hot and sexy women for Marvel. So, not my most articulate point ever, but yeah. Okay. So those are my thoughts on SDCC. Anything else? Any other projects you guys would be into? Any other projects y'all would be hoping for? Lois Lane is hot. I mean, she's all right. She's all right. World War Hulk could be great even if She-Hulk was in it. Yeah, that's true. But they can't like lead with that. Unless like She-Hulk gets her head ripped off by a Hulk or something like that. Like, it's just I agree with you. Like, it could be fine, but people don't like her. People don't like that character. People don't like that show. So, yeah. Locationary says, even my wife, who's a huge Marvel fan, wants to see more hot women back in Marvel. Yeah, no, dude, like, it's a real thing. Like, it's a real thing. Yeah, I hope it happens. I mean, seriously, if they're bringing Sydney Sweeney into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, please don't put her in a trash bag like you did a lot of the other female characters over the past couple of years. That is stupid. So, yeah, I'm hoping that, maybe untimely because of the world tour, but I'd like to believe that Kevin could bring sexy back. Yep. She-Hulk World War Twerk. God damn it. Do you know what if there will be Loki season 3? No, I don't think so. But I do think Loki's story will continue. Sydney Sweeney, Doom. Avengers Twerk Wars. God damn it, chat. Ah! Okay, well, either way, regardless of your anticipations, your feelings about all of that, we will be live for San Diego Comic-Con Hall H. By the way, I also might have somebody in the room. I don't want to say too much more because they'll not let the person in the room. But we might have a source that's going to be in the room, feeding us information. Yeah. So that'd be cool. But either way, we will be live that Saturday night. It's going to be a very cool weekend. That Friday, we will have a live spoiler-filled stream talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. That's going to be dope. Those streams are always great. And then the very next day, Saturday night, we will be doing a huge stream where we will be breaking down Hall H, all the announcements, all the trailers, all the reveals. It's going to be dope. So I'm excited. And yeah, it's going to be great, man. It's going to be fantastic. So I'm hoping to see a lot of you guys there. And because look, it's been tough, and as someone who, like, look, at the end of the day, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of interest waning. I'm aware of a lot of the things that have frustrated fans. I'm totally aware of it. I live within this fandom, but I still love Marvel. I'm still really excited about the possibility of them turning this around, and this is really going to be the show where we find out what are they prepared to do. What are they prepared to not do? A lot of questions will be answered at San Diego Comic-Con. And yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited. So let's get it. The hype is here, bro. Tits back in the MCU and Deadpool 3. Great combo. That is a good combo. Yeah. That is a great combination. How am I liking Hot D Season 2? I'm liking Hot D Season 2, baby. I thought that last episode was, it wasn't my favorite. It was a little bit slower, but it was good. Thoughts on the Suicide Squad Isake so far? I haven't actually watched it. We want to watch it, though. It's a Isaac, right? How do you say that? Where you're in a game, kind of like one of the first ones was... I'm blanking on the name of that anime where it wasn't Solo Leveling, obviously, because that's kind of a newer one. But the one where then it turns into the guns and it got all lame. What was that one called? Isekai. Thank you. Yes, the Isekai. Yes, we have not watched it yet. Josh is pulling a Joe Biden right now. I know, right? Jesus. The stream is going to be huge. You've never seen a stream like this before. People are telling me it's going to be the biggest maybe ever. Hell yeah. That's true. That's real and true. Thoughts on the latest Boys episode? Yeah, let's talk about The Boys a little bit. Did y'all watch The Boys, the latest episode? Yes or no? Let me know, chat. Because there ain't a lot of people talking about it online, at least from what I've seen. This episode was decent, but I can't help but feel a little underwhelmed with this season so far. It just feels like, I don't know, I feel like this show would have benefited from a binge because, I don't know, man. To me, this week, couple of the weeks so far have been slower. And I don't know. It just, this week in particular, I don't, I see what the writers are doing, but essentially it's a side mission to bring some characters back and to eliminate a thing they thought they were going to have access to and set up another subplot. My biggest problem with The Boys is that it's just not super smart. It just feels very fucking predictable and super paint by numbers for me. And I'm not loving this season. I'm gonna be honest. I am not loving this season. And I feel like a lot of this stuff is pretty unfulfilled. I'm still really interested in Butcher, Homelander, Ryan. But other than that, I'm just kind of I don't know, man. I don't know. Josh also didn't like Gen V. So, yeah, no, I didn't even finish Gen V, dude. I did not even finish Gen V. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. I disagree. This episode was strong. Definitely not as good, but I loved it. Okay, Dana. All right, Dana White. You can tell that due to the one actor passing, it heavily affected the show. Oh, is that true? Yeah, the Simon Pegg stuff was cool. Simon Pegg stuff was cool. I don't know, man. It's just, I was really excited for the show. I felt like the setup going into this season was going to be really good and really tense. And a lot of the stuff I thought they were going to play with, they've abandoned. Homelander becomes innocent. The trial doesn't linger over the season at all. And we just kind of go through it. A lot of the backstory and the conflict that the characters are going through just feels like it's just there to have something to do. And it's just, I'm not loving it, man. I'm really not loving it. Thoughts on Butcher's imaginary friend? I mean, it's fine. So I kind of think that he's not real. I also kind of think that the mom is not real, right? That Huey's not really seeing his, or Huey's seeing his mom, but she's not there, and it could be the byproduct of like the thing there. And I also don't think that the person that Butcher is seeing is real as well. Yeah, but here's the thing: they've gone through a lot of effort to make the mom seem like she is real. The dad was talking to the mom. Oh, I get you. I understand. And so much so that I'm like, okay, well, she's probably real at this point, right? But when it comes to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, brother, I have no context for who the fuck that guy is and what he is even doing. And so he feels super obviously fake. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, that's just not that enjoyable for me. I think The Boys has sort of been a show that's not as smart as it thinks it is. And I'm a little worried that this season they're overthinking it, not just focusing on what's working, and there's just too much fluff. I'm just not feeling it, dude. You know? Like, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish the show. I'm excited to finish next season as well. But I'll be straight up. Like, this is just a whatever season to me so far. I was thinking of how there hasn't been anything powerful like that airplane scene in season 1. Yeah, I've been thinking along a similar line. And I think partially it's because, like, sometimes, like, if you think about season 1, the world building was so different than what you get in a lot of other stuff. And a lot of people aren't familiar with the Boys comic, the actual Garth Ennis thing, right? So it feels very original. It's very irreverent, the way they're handling the superheroes. And there's so many, like, very interesting moments, right? And I think we've come to a place where a lot of the usual shtick for the Boys, the novelty is worn off. I think a lot of the stuff feels gratuitous just for the sake of pushing the envelope. It lacks substance. I feel like a lot of the characters are spinning wheels. Their arcs don't make a lot of sense. There's nothing that's really compelling other than, like, is Homelander finally going to snap? And how does that manifest itself? I feel like the show's treading water in a lot of ways. You know, kind of unfortunate. Hey, Darth, thanks for gifting 5 memberships, baby. Appreciate you. Much love, man. So, yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I'm not so invested in it that I sort of feel bad that it's a lackluster season, because I'm just like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm riding with it. But, yeah. Does the Boys fall in comics? What you mean, brother? What do you mean? The Frenchie twist at the end did not stick the landing for me, and I did not like it. Was there a Frenchie twist this episode? Because I couldn't even tell you if there was. What the hell? Josh got mad because they made fun of the Marvel Comic-Con movie timeline. No, I mean, honestly, that stuff was funny. You know, the one thing that really got me was when he was like, we have a 17-minute sequence that's pitch black. Like, that shit got me. I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny. And like all the phases and stuff like that. But no, I mean, like, I just think the show's ultimately not as clever as it thinks it is. You know, so therefore, like, I don't know. Den of GameStop gift card drawings. Well, we got to talk about one more thing. We got to talk about Abalo. And then we'll do the GameStop gift card giveaway. Dose the Boys comics get bad as well. You know, I haven't really read the Boys comics, so I can't speak to what the experience is like actually reading. So yeah, I know where it goes in the comics, and it's obvious that they're not going to do that in the show. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. There is no Abeloth, only Null. Did you even talk about the trailer, bro? Oh my God, that's a great point. That's a great point. We haven't even talked about the trailer yet. Deadpool. All right, let me get this pulled up. Or should I watch it on Twitter?
Down his entire world.
Well, my entire... I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about, and I have no idea how to save it. But you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Well, my entire world needs you. Shake on it. Ah! Nicked it. Just got the tip with your little steak knife. This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
Who's next?
Oh my God. Sabretooth.
Ready to die.
Wait! Time!
You look ridiculous. People have waited decades for this fight. It's not gonna be easy. Baby knife, you shoot the double, you take him down. Side control, then full mount, and you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
Rated R.
I mean, it's
I'm
awesome.
about to lose everything that I've ever cared
And
about.
when I saw, I mean,
have no
especially this part here at the end, it just kind of shows you how good these two characters together can be, because Deadpool is able to be like the voice of the fans and kind of be like, oh shit, like Wolverine versus Sabretooth. People have been waiting years for this. This is going to be incredible. And he kind of like sets it up, like sets the table for us, because hell yeah, dude, that shit's going to be awesome. I hope this fight's really, really cool. Unfortunately, we probably know how it ends due to the leaked set photos. But yeah, super cool, man.
You look ridiculous. People have waited decades for this fight. It's not going to be easy. Baby knife, you shoot the double.
I also saw some people saying that people have waited decades for this fight. They think that's coming from a different point in the trailer. The audio does sound a little bit off here, so I wonder if it's actually a different part.
People have waited decades for this fight. It's not going to be easy. Baby knife, you shoot the double, you take him down. Side control, then full mount, and you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
So super cool. We'll get a actual fight between Sabretooth and Wolverine here. It's going to be bloody as hell. It's going to be super cool. On the Void, and just kind of like placing it in the timeline of the movie, it feels like earlier here, right, where he says like he let down his entire world. This feels like something after they recruit Wolverine from those scenes in the bar, and then something goes on here where like they beat the shit out of him or beat him up or whatnot, and then Paradox is going to reveal that this Wolverine let down his entire world, that he's kind of a loser variant, etc., etc., and then maybe they both get pruned, because this feels like they're both in one of those little prisons that we see, which is kind of interesting. We see some fighting here. I don't think there's anything that anybody's pulled out, like sort of in the frames, because Elektra's in this scene too, right? Oh, I think you see Elektra's arm there. That's kind of interesting, like right there. I think that's Elektra's arm and her hair. See the hair? You can kind of see Jennifer Garner's hair up here. So yeah, there's a lot of like interesting leaks and rumors about the team, the Resistance, how this is all going to go down. But this trailer is just so fun because you've got like, it just feels so comic booky to have Wolverine be like, who's next? And then fucking Sabretooth jumps down to fight him. Like, dude, these kind of moments are what it's about for fans. And I'm so excited that we're going to get a lot of them in this movie.
Oh my God. Sabretooth.
Ready to die.
Wait! Time!
ridiculous. People have waited decades for this fight. It's not gonna be easy. Maybe nice. You shoot the double, you take him down. Side control, then full mount, and you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, it's going to be so cool. Hell yeah. I'm hoping we get a bunch more of these little ditties over the next couple of weeks because less than a month out now. And it's time to build the hype. Build the hype. But yeah, that's the trailer. Anything I missed, guys? Is there anything else that's going on in the trailer? Anything else? When you call my name, I don't need to see any more. But don't you wanna? Don't you want to see just a little bit more? Just a little bit here, a little bit there? Anakin defeats Abaloth. Okay, is it time? Is it time to talk about Abaloth, chat? Is it time? So, going back to memories of Ahsoka, which also, by the way, I want to say to chat, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Doesn't the current discourse surrounding Acolyte make you long for the days of Ahsoka? Like, I remember when the things we were complaining about were Ahsoka getting out onto a spaceship and like, why did the spaceships not like shoot her from a distance and try to fly at her and stuff? These concerns and these complaints feel so trivial and silly compared to the actual and real complaints about Acolyte and about the way that Acolyte has been promoted, right? So I long for the days of when Ahsoka was out. And I think that by comparison, Ahsoka looks so much better now because of the Acolyte. And it continues to shock me how mid Acolyte is. It's crazy. Like, I expected maybe it would be offensive. Maybe it would break canon. Maybe it would be, you know, kind of flagrant in the face of fans, but it would at least be competently written, competently shot, competently put together. And I think that's the thing that's surprising me the most about Acolyte, really, is that it's just not good enough, you know, period. It's just not good enough. And that's kind of wild. But anyway, when we go back to those memories of Ahsoka, another reason that I was so happy during the Ahsoka period was because there were elements of the show that really put me into theory crafting mode, into speculating and making some videos. And we had an incredible amount of views when that show was coming out. One of the biggest videos we ever made about Abaloth and the theory. And this all has to do with Baylan Skoll and the calling that he felt and some of the things that he went over in the show. And I had spent a lot of time and energy researching at the time, thinking about what he could be referring to. And I came to the conclusion that it was Abaloth. And I was, frankly, the first person to put forward that that was real and that that's the way it was going to go. Okay? I was maybe not the actual first person, but I was definitely the first person with a platform that had brought that out there and that had talked about it. As the show went on, I felt even more convinced that Abaloth was the way that they were going to go down. Now, one of the reasons is because when Abaloth was being literally created within the Fate of the Jedi series, great series of books, while the old writers of, I guess, what is now Legends or the EU, those writers were actually in conversations with Dave Filoni. This was before Disney, and this was during the time when Dave was developing stuff for the Clone Wars. Now, as it happened, and there's a great interview, which we should find sometime and like actually watch together, but there's this really interesting interview about how this happened, where essentially Dave was kind of building up an Abeloth-esque character, and he was making the Mortis arc in Clone Wars. Around the same time, the writers that were creating Legends and the Fate of the Jedi books, they were talking to Dave, and they both had this idea for a character known as the Mother. It's really interesting when this happens, right? But Dave, before Disney, was developing the character the Mother, the Abeloth, and that was going to be in the Clone Wars show. Before Disney, before all that stuff happened, Dave was literally going to take that thread and work it in to the actual Clone Wars show. Didn't end up happening, didn't end up getting there. Much like the Revan stuff. Like if you look back, there was stuff that Dave was developing with Revan. There were even episodes that went to pre-visuals with Revan. Kind of crazy. And so there was stuff that just ends up getting dropped because, of course, the story was when Disney came in, they just said, hey, we will keep the show as canon, but you got to finish it now. And so a lot of the stuff that Dave wanted to do at the end of that show didn't get done. Thus, years later, you get the Save Clone Wars hashtag. They allowed Dave to do 12 episodes to sort of finish up the Clone Wars. And I think those episodes are pretty good, except for the middle 4 with the Martinez sisters, right? Anyway, the point is, Abeloth's really cool. I had a lot of fun theory crafting about that, and the idea that they would bring in something like Abeloth to Star Wars opens up a lot of doors and a lot of possibilities for the stories moving forward. It now really feels like season 2 of Ahsoka and Peridia itself will be dealing heavily with Abeloth, with Baylan Skoll, potentially with the daughter as Ahsoka, the son as a new character that is being cast, and as Anakin as the father. And this, you know, I think My Time to Shine had kind of been hinting that this was going to be a thing. They were going to do that. I'm pretty sure Disney signaled and Lucasfilm signaled that they were going to be continuing the story of Baylan. And just yesterday, it came out from Daniel, RPK on his Patreon, that they are recasting Baylan. They are casting the Mother, and that Abeloth will be in the second season of Ahsoka. And they are also casting another male villain, which many people believe will be the brother. Hopefully, that's going to be Sam Witwer, right? That's kind of where we're at. Now, I frankly think this is the coolest thing that Star Wars has going on. It is potentially one of the coolest things that they could use in all of their content moving forward, which would pull things together, kind of give, no pun intended, but a thread that flows through all of these different pieces of content, and also allow for something really interesting to happen, potentially in the Rey movie, which, it makes me almost, when I talk about the Rey movie, but it's true. If something with Abeloth and that corruption, that chaos, and something like that, if they can somehow tie the New Beginning movie or the Rey movie to that, it would actually be good, right? So I find myself in this interesting place where I'm super excited. Like, I am super excited that it seems like that's real. Because, I like being right, but more than I like being right, like, I like doing dope shit and having awesome, nerdy stuff to follow. And I think this would be something kind of fresh for Star Wars. Sure, it sort of harkens back to some old legend stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you bring that into full-on canon, that's crazy. Now, there's another element here which is so interesting. We've been hearing from a lot of insiders that Anakin and Hayden Christensen is going to be doing a lot in season 2. Okay? Even more than he did in season 1. One of the only ways that makes sense is if we are raising the stakes of what is going on in Peridia to the level of the ones versus Abeloth. That would involve potentially Ahsoka as the daughter, maybe Sam Witwer as the son, or maybe like Balin becomes corrupted. Shin Hati could become corrupted. There's like a lot of stuff that they could be doing with that. But to be so dangerous and to be such a big deal that the Chosen One himself has to like manifest and actually like be there with Ahsoka, maybe fighting actual combat or doing some weird space wizardry type bullshit. That's really cool. Now, this is where Star Wars will begin to get super weird. Super weird. That is some of the weirdest parts of Star Wars, which some of it happens under George Lucas, right? Via the Clone Wars and some of the stuff that he was operating there. There's also like weird stuff that George has talked about that gets pulled from the movies ultimately. But this is like super weird. Like, this is going to be weird. You will find fans that will disengage with how metaphysical, spiritual, and weird that shit will become. But for me, it's like the North Star. It is legitimately like the only thing that I can get excited about when it comes to Star Wars. But I'm also like I'm a little shook because it's just crazy that they have that and that Dave might be putting a lot of effort into building that out. And then we're still getting shows like Acolyte. And, it doesn't address the sort of broken state of the fandom or how a lot of fans have lost faith. I've seen it in chat just as we've been talking about. There's a lot of fans that are so upset about how Ahsoka was even handled, the show, that they find trouble finding faith in Dave to be able to execute on something like this big of a thing. So there's just a lot of ways this could go wrong. Selfishly, I'm super fucking into it, and I'm really excited for Ahsoka season 2. Like, when we get to Ahsoka season 2, guys, you're gonna see a whole new Josh. I'm gonna be toxic, but I'm gonna be toxically positive. So look out for that flip. And I'm going to be very excited to theory craft, to come up with cool ideas. That's like my Star Wars. That's what I'm really into. That's what I'm really excited about. But I also, like, sort of as a commentator, as a pundit, I take a step back and I say, this isn't a cure-all. This isn't going to solve anything. This could potentially push people away because it is very strange and very weird. So it's a complicated situation. I remain excited and optimistic. But I don't know if it's going to like fix Star Wars. I don't know if it's going to, do a lot of heavy lifting for the hopes and dreams of Star Wars fans. It's a complicated situation. That's my take. That's what I want to say. But I guess also it's important to note that the evidence is sort of stacking up that this is the way it's going to go down. So again, I was right, and I demand credit and everybody to say how smart I am and to go tell your friends, neighbors, grandmas, grandpas, like that Den of Nerds guy, he was right. Holy shit, he got it on this one. So like a lot of that I'm demanding, while also kind of still being a bit concerned. Like, who is this for? is this quite literally just for me? Look, Dave, I appreciate it, man, and I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of it. But who is this for? You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit. I guess I just wish, and this is this is where Star Wars is at. Marvel is not here, by the way. Marvel is dangerously close, but Marvel hasn't arrived at this place where quite literally every cool thing must have asterisks next to it. It involves a discussion of just how broken things are at. And everything that could be the coolest thing in Star Wars has to sort of overcome the baggage of what this brand and franchise has become. So it is tough, but I am still excited. So that's the take when it comes to Abeloth. What do you guys think? Like, what do you think? Too weird? Just right? Perfect? Like, where are you guys at with Abeloth and Star Wars? Is this the way? Is this the way? I just told my coworkers you were right. You were right. They said, who the fuck is that? God damn it. Love when Josh gets excited about Star Wars. Let's go. Hell yeah. And I will be excited. Who's my pick for a Balin Skull replacement? I would say either Gerard Butler or Liev Schreiber. Those are my picks. Now, Abeloth, if done right, could bring in new fans like Thanos did. That's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Rossi says, why do you build me up in Star Wars just to break me down? Yeah, fair. Fair. If Abeloth leads to more Luke, I'm all for it. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I really like the Mortis arc, so I'm down 100%. Nice. When does House of the Dragon episode 3 drop? That'll be Sunday evening. Star Wars right now is like being in a toxic relationship. Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. Russell Crowe as Balin. I mean, Russell Crowe, he can act his ass off. So that wouldn't be terrible. Can't imagine anyone but Grandmaster Luke defeating Abeloth. I think Anakin could. Maybe Anakin and Ahsoka will defeat her together. Aaliyah says, I love this and agree. Abeloth is a great tie through all projects and could be great redemption for all projects. Perhaps. Yeah, I like it. What about Thrawn? Yeah, I'd be interested to see, like, how are they going to play Thrawn in the show? Is Thrawn just going to be, you know, a villain that's, you know, just trying to get back into the actual galaxy so that he can be the new ruler of the Empire? Or is there something else going on? Is he aware of Abeloth? Is he aware of potential other threats within the galaxy? I'm not really sure. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. That would be dope to have Luke pop up, but I doubt it. Well, I think Luke is guaranteed for Filoni's movie. I also, you know what's weird, guys? I think they are going to do Mara Jade. I think it's even possible that Sydney Sweeney is Mara Jade. Would you guys be upset if they did Mara Jade and they sort of retcon that Luke might have had a wife and some babies? Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, based on some stuff I've heard, I think that could happen. Mara Jade nudes scene? I mean, hold on. Whoa. Pump the brakes. You theorize more than Theory does on Star Wars. Don't hate it, but maybe that should have been his channel's name. Well, I mean, I think Theory has just come to a place as a fan where he is not engaged in that content, and perhaps also a lot of the people that watch his channel not engaged in that content. So, yeah. They're going to recast Luke too. It's hard to say. I mean, they did kind of let Shamook go. So they're either not satisfied with what they were doing with the deep fakes. Maybe they want to recast. It's hard to say. It is hard to say. They need to have Mara Jade because losing her and surviving Abeloth helps to legitimize his downfall arc in The Last Jedi. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, that could work. And also, for me, it could mean secret Skywalker children. I mean, what if Mara Jade, You know, at the end of Filoni's movie, Mara Jade leaves, and then she's got some bibis. Any way we get more actual Skywalkers, I'm down. Because Rey Skywalker is not it. No. Lux smashing cheeks is cool with me. Wait, what? Oh, you meant Luke. Yeah. I want more Skywalkers. Yeah, me too, but I want like real ones. Like real ones. Yeah. Fights crime, full pet. Wait, what? Go out, fight more crime, come home, full penetration. What? Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Always Sunny thing. Jesus. Kyle says, forget Abaloth. I need the Yuuzhan Vong. Much easier antagonists. If they were to do it, we'd need the Skywalkers and the Solo Children. Epic characters. Secret Children. Haven't heard that one before. I know you haven't, Lady Boner. That's why I'm here. You know, to give you these original ideas, these concepts that have never, you know, come across your mind before. Rey gonna smash Luke's secret son and make the ultimate Super Saiyan Jedi. You know what, Adam? I like where your head's at. Hell yeah. Dr. Cool says, Mark Hamill / Sydney Sweeney love scene. And then he like turns to the camera and he's like, one bad night doesn't mean Joe Biden's not cognitive. Fantastic, dude. Fantastic stuff they're cooking up over there at Star Wars. Maybe Leia and Han also have another child named Jaina who left because of her brother turning evil. You know what? I gotta say, here's my philosophy on that. Fuck it, bro. Can't be worse than what it is. Sydney Sweeney is every OnlyFans girl's goal. I don't know how to process that. Part of me wants to say I'm gripping right now, but that part of me needs to be pushed down. You know what I mean? We need to push that down, and we need to let's pull it together over here. Ramkai says Ryan as Ghost Rider would be huge. W. Show both hands. You didn't say it at the same time. Because it's like, why don't the Force goes just fight all the bad guys and then defeat them through overwhelming numbers? Wait, what? Pushing it back down is your only option if you stop gripping. Wait, what? Mara should be played by Lizzo instead of Sweeney for diversity's sake. Right on. What Marvel character deserves a game? You know what would be fun? Because Insomnia is kind of killing it right now, right? The Spider-Man games. That Wolverine game they're making, that looks dope, bro. I would love to see Insomnia do a Punisher game. By the way, I'm going to shut the gambling off. Sorry, guys. I'm going to shut her down. Time to shut her down. Hey, Paul Nathaniel Harworth, welcome to the Nerd Avengers, baby. And Jedi Mike, thanks for gifting 5 memberships, dude. IG Kevin says, humanoids in Star Wars too many or not enough? I feel like we're good. You mispronounced the name again, Josh? What? What name? What name are you talking about? Crazy Eights says 15 months. Let's go. If they do what you're saying with Abalo, then it's a big step to start bringing me back in. Oh, hell yeah. Shady Josh, no morning. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see what else I missed, if anything. Martin says, Kevin can show whatever he wants to me now. He is a fraud salesman. And if Wolverine really does only have his cowl for 10 minutes, that is so stupid. Damn, bro. So is there anything he could do to get you back on board? Location, he says, oh, yeah, we already went over that. The Exodus says, MCU Hall H is Den of Nerds WrestleMania. It's true. Also, Matt Campbell, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. You guys are very generous. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Josh, can you believe old Joe asked me for $30 before he died on stage last night? You know, I had a tweet drafted up. I ended up deleting it, and it was within like 15 minutes of the debate. I was going to tweet, okay, this sounds fucked up, but Joe Biden might die on stage, and that might be the only way he gets out of this debate looking okay. And you're not allowed to get mad at that because I didn't tweet it. So there you go. You create a Wookiee Jedi only to kill him off screen? Gunji lives! Give us the real Wookiee Jedi! Yeah. Alright, let me start getting this thing pulled up, man, so we can see which of you wins the $200 GameStop gift card. Yeah, man. Let me get over to Twitch. Oh, by the way, I couldn't play Warhammer last night. I know a lot of you guys are, pretty upset about that. It is what it is, man. Can't always be playing Warhammer. Okay, now I got to try to find this bullshit again. Okay, how do I do this? I think it's in analytics. Song's kind of lit. Maybe not. Maybe it's in revenue. Hey, I think I found it. Download my subscriber list. Oh, hell yeah. We're cooking. Yo, turn that up a little bit. That's kind of fire. Hot damn! Okay, hang on. All right, so let's start with This one. Import that shit. Hang on. God damn, it's so fucking bright. Hang on. Okay. Okay, let's do this. So, we currently have 1,127 members. I need to be pushing members more. Holy shit. Okay, 1,127. Let's get that queued up. And we'll do one of these. Okay, so check this out. This number right here. Boom. This number right here is going to determine which of you gets the GameStop gift card. Here we go. Ready? Boom. Number 81. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Kirby got you. Kirby. It was a Twitch person. It was a Twitch person. Kirby got you. Are they there? Are you here? Kirby got you. Are you in the chat? Kirby! It's a Twitch member for sure. Just give each one of us $1. Wait, what? He's got 1 week. Yeah. Look, kind of in the middle of last month, I decided to like stop pushing the membership drive as much. And honestly, part of the reason was because it felt like to me, instead of like getting a bunch of new members, we were just having the people that kind of always support us, like just gift a bunch more members and like try to push us over the top. And it just felt a little bad. Like I was like, that's not really what I wanted. So I'm trying to think of ways to, sort of grow the community more organically. I think the truth is the best way to grow is just to continue to do dope streams, and just work on the content, and then maybe come up, with a few ideas, like a subathon thing, a subathon there. But the reality is, like, you guys take really good care of me and of my family. And so it didn't feel right to kind of keep pushing it, because it just felt like a lot of you guys were just, in addition to the way you already support us, like supporting us. So that's not really what I wanted to do. But yeah, we'll keep striving. We'll keep pushing. I mean, I think the Nerdvengers is an incredible community. I think we do a lot to add value. I think I could certainly do better as far as promoting the membership and making it appealing to people. But it is also the case that look, things are tough out there, bro. And people have less and less disposable income. The economy's really crazy. So, you know, for now on, although I will hold true that if we ever do hit, you know, the 2,000 members, I would add an additional day and an additional GameStop gift card. I'm probably not going to push it as much. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, and it's been awesome. You know what I mean? Last couple of years especially, when Marvel and Star Wars has kind of let us down, the community has really been the backbone. And so I appreciate you guys. Faux show. Let's see here. Will Caspian says, let's watch Batman Caped Crusader trailer, please. I already did that. We did that, what, Wednesday? Something like that? You can't do yeah anymore? Can't we take yeah? Can't we just take it? I mean, I was low-key, like, stealing Doc's shit before anyway, and, like, kind of like, fuck that guy. So, like, maybe we could just do it. Maybe we just steal it. Vince says, I swear this is not a promo, but feel free to use any of my beats. I make beats for a ton of big streamers. Black Man Chris, YouTube. Okay, that's sick, dude. Can you send me that on Discord or Twitter or something? Like, just send me a little DM. Send me a little DM, baby. You probably already have, and I'm terrible. But if you send another one, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. Dr. Cool says, luckily having a Diamond Lounge tonight will help your members. What the fuck? Doc do make some nice music. Yeah, I mean, look, we don't got to get too deep on it, but I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, talented people. Oh, man, it's just unfortunate. Why did it have to be so fucked up? You know, because I think, you know, I think a lot of people, frankly, a lot of successful people have vices, and it can often be the case that the more successful you are, the more anxiety you have, and the more you need a vice or you need a release or something, right? I'm not saying it excuses anything, but, you know, you start to think about, it just tends to correlate, right? And I guess for me, there are certain lines that I just wish weren't crossed, because it's pretty much a hard no for me. But it does kind of seem to be the case that, like, a lot of successful or very talented people find themselves engaged in activity that's pretty reprehensible. You know, pick your person, and it seems like a lot of that shit's coming out. But it's weird. You know, it's like even, yeah, so, like, I love Alan Watts, right? But, like, Alan Watts had a mistress. Alan Watts was a cheater. And apparently he died, actually, with his mistress and his wife together. It's kind of, like, weird. But, we're all flawed beings. You know? I mean, except for me. But like, you guys are all flawed beings. Except for me. We all have our vices. We all have the things. It's just, look, here's what it is, okay? We live in a society. And as a society, there are just certain lines and certain things that we have to establish. That's all I got. That's all I got. Will Caspian says, I know what you mean. I'm the most successful of my friends, and I got a lot of mental issues. Well, look, it is actually true that most very successful people have very high anxiety. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it, because anxiety is going to, like, make you think of all the terrible outcomes and perhaps even plan for those outcomes. Like, I know for myself, like, I certainly have my vices, and I have things that, I guess I just got lucky, where, like, a lot of the vices I have are not super fucking problematic. etc., etc. Sometimes like we think we're virtuous and that we're of a higher moral fiber, but in some cases it could just be the way the genes came together. You know what I mean? Like maybe I got lucky. I don't really know, you know. I continue. I try to have empathy for people, but it's also like, bro, certain things. It's like, nah, bro. Like, Tim O'Brien says, "Oof, don't you say that shit to me." You know what's funny, chat? I was actually thinking about that. I felt like I went a little hard on that podcast and on that lady. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's totally true that that shit sucked. But I felt like maybe I did I went a little too hard on her, you know? Kendall says, "Hey, Crody, can we get an AM member stream?" What you mean? Can't make it Wednesday night? Yeah, maybe someday. Not gonna help you get the comics gig? Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I just want to write cool comics, you know? But it's just so fucking weird. Like, dude, I don't... Like, look, here's the thing. If I wrote for Marvel, they got to pay me. And they got to pay me well. But the reason they have to pay me well is because I could make more money coming up with videos or doing streams. So, you got to pay me for my time. And it's like... I just want to write the dope stories. I think I would have something to offer. I think the trouble is, from Marvel's perspective and from maybe a lot of these companies' perspectives, is like, I'm not necessarily incentivized to ride the company line or to toe a line because I'm not dependent on that income. You know, it's a really weird situation. But like for me, man, like I got two stories I'm working. I got Unity, and I'm working hard to get Unity ready to go. I think it's phenomenal so far, and I think it's gonna be even more impressive when people read, you know, the ending of Volume 1. I've got this manga I'm working on, and that shit's dope, dude. And yeah, for now, I'm just gonna focus on that. I've kind of let it go a little bit. I'm not really even pursuing the writing as far as like getting a gig at Marvel or DC or anything. I've kind of come to realize I don't think that's, you know, number one, I don't think it's going to happen. Number two, I don't really need it to happen, even though I want to. My time would be better served building up my channels, my brand, and my brand via my writing and my projects, and then we just kind of let the chips fall where they may. You know? Looking forward to the manga, Papa Josh. Yeah, it's cool. Let me see if I can pull up a page and show you guys. I might have shown you some of this before. Building up my Warhammer? Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. I like that. I like Warhammer. Oh, I gotta hit that dude up. Let me see. Here's a cool page from Zimanga. Maybe you can see it better if I... I don't know if you can see it. Oh, what are those dragons doing? Dragons are tight. Dragons are tight, chat. I like dragons. Hell yeah. Don't do that to me, Justin. Wait, what? By the way, you are in your 30s. You got plenty of time for projects in your life. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I mean, look, you guys don't want to fucking hear the YouTuber that kind of hit the lottery with his job complain about, like, what I want out of life and, like, oh, shit, now I have to, like, try on YouTube videos again because I have a second child coming. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a really relatable struggle, and I get it. But I will say that, like, dude, like, I'm human, too. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, of course, it's like incredible what we have, and you know, I'm grateful for it. But like, you know, like anything, I get tired of certain elements of it. I get fatigued. I want to try new things. And you know, a couple of months ago when I you know, quit YouTube, I mean, like, dude, I was facing like a very public burnout. I'm just fucking burnt out, dude. Like, YouTube is such a bitch, you know, to do. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It's like, I try to keep things straight. And I'll tell you this. There was a very useful, because I was, you know, I was kind of going through it. And then there was a moment when we found out we were pregnant again, right? And I was just like, Jesus Christ, I got to keep making these goddamn YouTube videos for these fucking kids, you know? I saw a really interesting podcast that was personally very helpful, right? And the guy said, look, a lot of people say follow your passion. But I think maybe it's more accurate if you want to be realistic to follow your talent. If you find something that you can be in like the top 10% of as far as like skill and talent, and it rewards you really well for being in that top 10%, that's a beautiful thing. And you should find like the passion for the ability to provide for your family. You should find the passion for the ability to put work out that disproportionately rewards you. It's like you got to find passion in a sort of different way sometimes. You know, because I'd love to go play the fucking banjo and just make like country western songs, but that's not going to pay the bills. You know, I might be super passionate about it, but I'm not in the top 10% of banjo country music players. So I've sort of found my path to peace with regards to YouTube and social media and all that. Right? So there's a lot of stuff I'm thinking about, a lot of stuff I'm working on. And I'm trying to find the passion with understanding that, like, bro, like, come on, you hit the lotto with this YouTube thing, and you got to press that advantage, you know? How much do we got to see to get to you to do that on stream? Well, I was just joking. I can't even play the banjo. The banjo has a really weird setup. If you ever try to play banjo, it's not like a guitar. It's weird. You know? Josh got no blanks in that mag. Yeah, I mean, you know. Let's just say we thought we're a little bit more fertile than we thought, you know? Have you ever square danced? Yeah, man. I pulled that belt buckle up and I square dance. Jump on the fiddle with you, BBL Joshi. God damn it. BBL Joshi! Shit's actually fun. Yeah, I mean, honestly, country music and like, have y'all ever been to a jamboree? I mean, I've never been a huge fan of country music, but they got something going on over there, man. And I know it's just like glam rock and shit, but they do have some fun at the jamborees. And now that Post Malone is making country music, I'm kind of vibing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of vibing on it. Wait, what? I I listen to country about 90% of the time. Really interesting. Starts talking about country music. All of a sudden, the y'alls come out. I mean, I was born in North Carolina. I had my first taste of tobacco when I was less than 2 years old. But then I lived in Philly for like 6 years, so all that went away. Not a huge fan of country. I do like Whiskey Myers, though. Is that a drink? Might explain some stuff. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I like that guy who sings Long Neck Ice Cold Beer. I got to be honest, I don't think I've heard that one, but I might check it out now. Fallen in Reverse New Country Jam is good. Oh, shit. Unfortunately, explains a lot. You don't say that. You love country? Whiskey Meyer goes hard, though. What is it? A drink? Is that a drink? I hate 90% of country. Oh, shit. Bill Murray? What the fuck? Den of Hillbillies? Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Thank you for being here. Thanks for putting up with my vibes. Sorry we got all political this morning. You know, I just think that it's, the emperor has no clothes. And kind of shook me up. But I appreciate you. Wait, you didn't explain your beard routine? Oh, dude, the beard routine's easy. You take a little beard balm. Yep. And then I hit the stash. I hit that, and then I get all into it down here. Growling helps, too. Did you talk about The Boys? Yeah, it was aight. Yeah, I got it written right here. The Boys was aight. So, we talked about it. Rossi, he canceled your supers? What? That's not true. I read his supers, did I not? Oh, sorry, I missed this one. Rossi says, Star Wars needs a Grisk invasion to unite the New Republic and Remnant. Thrawn leading all forces, making it canon. Vong-like arc. The mother is cool, though. I will say, that's cool, man. I agree with you. I think that would be super fun. Hopefully they got the balls to do it. And then Kendall says, just want to say VP Newsom was looking fine AF. I mean, I think they'll probably run him, right? I don't know who they're going to run. We'll see. Maybe Michelle Obama. Maybe Gavin Newsom. I don't know. We'll see. Buckle up, baby. It's going to be a wild 5 months. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. Much love, man. Newman from The Boys. Oh. Yeah, I totally got that fucked up. Sorry, Kendall. My bad. All right, everybody. Much love. Appreciate you guys. Got a big Deadpool video. It's either going to drop today or tomorrow. I might make a little video on the Abalo situation. We'll see. There's also some crazy shit coming out about Superman. It's like super weird. But yeah. I'll see you guys soon, man. Back at it on Monday. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Who do you think had a worse week? Joe Biden defenders or Dr. Disrespect fans? Just like, who do you think is like, fuck? Yeah, I don't know, bro. Joe Biden himself, bro, that motherfucker got no idea what's going on. His wife was like, you answered all the questions. And he's like, I did good. You know, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? He's actually the only one having a good time in this motherfucker. Holy shit. I gotta tell you, one of the weirdest weeks ever. As far as existing on the internet. It's been crazy. Doc thing really fucked me up. The Star Wars thing was like, oh yeah, I've been saying that for years, but I guess now it's right in front of our faces. And then you've got people basically panicking that this guy can't run a campaign. Motherfucker, he is running the country. What are we doing? So just all around, fantastic. Lots to be excited about. Definitely no doom and gloom. I am going to smoke a lot of herb this weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Remember, open up your third eye. And wash out your stinky butt. Thanks for the rose, Rossi. Hope your Microsoft bullshit certification from 1994 is going well. See you.